Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Kausar Izhar from Center for Peace and Spirituality. And today's topic is value of differences. I have with me Sarah and Nasra. Sarah, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Hello, I am a student of Kausar Izhar.
And my name
is Sarah.
Sarah, which class you go to and what subjects do you take?
I take like which classes I take?
No, mashallah. Yeah, which classes?
Math, science, English, everything.
Mashallah. So we do discussions all the time with Sarah, and Sarah is, mashallah, very active contributor in our discussions. So inshallah, Sarah's valuable interaction and discussion will be so beneficial with us, for us, and for everybody else, inshallah. And then we also have Nasra with us. Nasra, please go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Nasra Yunus, and I'm here to discuss value of differences. And I am mom of Sarah Ahmed Hayat.
MashaAllah. So, we have a very important topic, and I would like to just read it, and then I'll get opinion, and we'll get the discussions going. Value of differences. Difference is not an evil. It has a great positive value. Difference is a challenge. Difference awakens the mind. And then there's a reference from Quran. Indeed, those who believe and those who were Jews or Christians or Sabians before Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, those among them who believed in Allah and the last day and did righteous will have their reward with their Lord, and no fear will be concerning them, nor will they grieve. Chapter 2, verse 62. So here we go. We have Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is appreciating the differences in Quran. And if Allah ta'ala willed, he would have created single type of people, one race, one community, one language, and one type of religion, but he decided to have like different religions and different people. So, and then everything in the nature is different. But for some reason, in our communities, especially in Muslim communities and in Pakistani communities, we don't like differences. So, Nasra, could you please, give your valuable opinion that why is that why is like in Pakistani and Muslim society we don't like differences. We want to stay with the same type of people, and we would want to just walk away if there is any difference.
I think there is like like in Muslim countries there was dictatorship before, like for I think long period of time, and it trickled down to the families. And now even in families we see that like parents don't ask for the opinion of their kids, like while getting their, even for small things. For example, if they're buying their clothes, their shoes, they will not ask them, and they will bring the thing in, and they will ask them, okay, go ahead and wear it. So it is even in, and sometimes like we see that those parents who are asking their kids' opinion in small things, but as far as the big matters are concerned, the matters like marriage and like stuff like that, they will not ask them their opinion. So this is very like kind of like amazing thing, because in Islam, like even women is supposed to be asked before marriage, right? Like whether you want to marry this person or not. Like Islam is so liberal, but on the other hand, Muslims are so conservative that they don't even ask their daughters, like with whom she's going to spend the rest of her life, that whether she wants to marry that person or not. They don't think that that is important. They think like their opinion matters. If they think that yes, this person is good for her, she should follow their opinion, and she should not, like, she cannot say no, because when she says no, that means rebellion, and that means like she'll be outcast.
I've seen the same thing, that whenever we have discussions, and if somebody has a different opinion or something, then they think that we are against them, or we are plotting against them, or this is like a difference of opinion is an evil thing, and everybody gets so angry, and then they start fighting. So I mean, I've seen that all the time. It's not that, and sometimes it's small, like but most of the time is that the all the discussions, where if we started on a good note, but the discussions will end on a sour side, and people will get angry at each other and leave the room. So so let's just see that but when we look at the nature is different. Nature doesn't see this. There's diversity and differences everywhere. Okay, let me just go. For example, here, Sarah, would you like to read this, please? Read this slide, and then we will discuss.
Okay. Difference is everywhere. Difference in nature and material world and in people. Quran says, it says that the stones of the mountains are different in color. And plants there are diverse varieties. Another of his signs is that he created the heavens and earth and a diversity of their languages and colors. There truly are signs in this for those who know.
Wow, mashallah. So Quran is filled with these kind of statements. Quran looks at the science. Quran is diverting, is like telling us that look at this, like the trees are different, the stones are different, the varieties of food are there, and everything is just like different languages and colors, and Quran celebrates that. So what do you think, Nasra? Why don't we understand? Why don't we understand the teaching of Quran and apply it in our lives?
I think the difference in anything needs a lot of patience, because if you are different than others, then of course it is difficult for some people to accommodate with the difference. But difference is everywhere, right? Like in nature, like as you stated, that like we have different colors, we have diverse varieties, even within same like for example, look at the citrus plant, right? In Pakistan, the taste will be a little bit different. In America, the taste will be a little bit different. Why? Because the soil is different, environment is different. So all these differences are making it unique, making it special. Like for example, we like mangoes from Pakistan. Why? Because the taste is really good, right? We feel that like, yeah, there are mangoes in other parts of the world, but mangoes from Pakistan, like you can feel the difference, right? So why is it so? Because like this if there were no difference between the mangoes, how can we tell that the mangoes of Pakistan are best mangoes in the world? How can we tell that, right? Like we can't. So this difference is very important, because we can differentiate what is good. Then you have like different shades of good, and different shades of like I would not say bad, but like yes, there will be different shades, and not just black and white, but a lot of gray areas. So with those gray areas, you can decipher and like imagine different stuff, and that is how like human beings grow
Absolutely.
when they look at those differences.
Yeah. So Sarah, would you like it if you keep on eating the same food in the morning and in the afternoon and at night, day after day? Will you keep on eating the same stuff every day, every meal time?
No.
Uh-huh. So why do you think? I mean, please let us know that. Let the class know that. Why do you think that difference is beautiful? Diversity is great, and there's like a, we, the world is beautiful because of the diversity and difference of opinion.
I think that like difference is like important because the thing is that we wouldn't like really have to we wouldn't have to make any friends. We wouldn't have to meet new people because we would already know everything about them. We would already know that, oh, they're going to wear the same clothes. Oh, they're going to like the same color. They're going to be the same height. They're going to like be the same gender. And like the thing is, everything is going to be the same. So what's the point in going out in the world and meeting new people? And the same thing is for food. If we already know how to eat, like if you only know how to cook one meal, that's the only meal you're going to have for the rest of your life. Like what's the point of having cooks and chefs and restaurants when you already know that no, today I'm going to have the same bread. So the thing is, difference is important because like without it, we're not going to be able to expand the world, and we're not going to be able to like see like new future.
MashaAllah. That's beautiful. I really love it that difference, the expanding the world and looking at the future is more possible and more inspirational and motivational just because there's diversity out there. Like, I would be bored to death. Boring everyone, then we it means that we people are like on one side we want to have variety like different type of foods, but on the other side if somebody has like a different values or different ideologies or difference of opinion, then we don't like it. So I think then we have to see that where that issue is, and yeah, let's just go forward. Nasa, would you like to read this, and then we will have questions and answers.
Okay, what should we do in society of different people? Principle of tolerance. Tolerance means giving a well-considered response in any given situation. It is the sign of a sound mind. A person of sound mind is one who refrains himself from instant reaction, who tries to examine the situation, who judges the pros and cons of his actions, and only then does he give his response. This is the spirit of tolerance, and tolerance is the sign of a wise person. Tolerance is a passive attitude. Tolerance is an amalgam of all kinds of noble values, such as exercising patience, giving respect to others, forbearance, deep wisdom, and the willingness to coexist with others. These qualities are what make up a good person. One who is lacking in the spirit of tolerance is bereft of all kinds of human values. Being mature. Maturity is ability to accept things that we cannot change.
So
Yeah.
thank you so much, Nasra. Yeah, we are granted these kind of virtues and these characteristics that we need to have to be able to have like that would require like if we want to have difference of opinion, And the reason we don't have difference of opinion, reason we don't like other people's opinion is because of the fact that we are not tolerant of each other. And we only think that, we're short tempered, we are aggressive, and we get angry. And I mean, it didn't happen overnight. It's because of the fact that, when we stopped uh, having education, like, it's not only education, but mingling or interacting with other people also. Because I remember that when Pakistan was created, then there were a lot of different variety of people were living together. Pakistan was created by a lot of different people, and people were living with each other. They didn't have these intolerance. The society didn't have intolerance. There were like Hindus, Sikhs, and Muslims, and Christians, and even some Jews. They were living, all of them living together at that time. But then over time, when we had this extremist behavior, and that we didn't like the other people, that we want to only have that one type of people, like it could be only Muslims, that only Muslims are allowed. And then we stopped, um, and then all these virtues were also removed from us, like being patient and being tolerant and everything. So now that we removed all the non-Muslims from our society. Now we have intolerant behavior within the Muslims. Like there's a problem between Shias and Sunnis. So what do you think about that, and Nasra?
Yes, I totally agree with you. It's not just Sunnis and Shias now. Even within Sunnis, Deobandis, Barelvi, Salfi, whatever. Like they always fight with each other, and they always keep on talking about the stuff which is like intolerant for the other sect, right? Like, and they start violence between the different sects. It's not just now between Sunnis and Shias, it is between different subsects as well. So why is it so? Because when we get intolerant, intolerance starts going deep into our roots. And now within the families, we are unable to coexist with each other. Brother is not talking with sister, husband is not talking with the wife. There's a difference between kids and parents. So everywhere we see loss of respect, loss of patience, and then of course if we don't have patience and respect for each other, wisdom will leave you. So this is what we are having right now. So it means that if you get intolerant with different religious sects, like for example, if you don't like Christians and you start hating them, or you start intolerant with them, then the intolerance will trickle down deep within you as well, within your family, within your society, within the city you're living in. Wherever you are, you'll be getting more and more intolerant. So what we need today is tolerance, I think.
Yeah. So how can we bring this kind of thinking, Sarah? That, for example, here these are, we don't like Christians, and we don't like Hindus and everything. So um, can you give any kind of example, or can you shed a light that what kind of benefit we can get from from people from different ideologies, different religions, and different thinking, different cultures. We think that Pakistanis think that or Muslims thinks that there's no benefit of having different religious people around, so or different cultures around. So, but the society cannot grow without that. With society will stop growing if there is only one type of people. So what do you think? What would be the benefit, or what would be the value of having different cultures and different religions living side by side?
What I think would be the value is that if we had the like same religion, people from the same religion, if we had people from the same religion and with the same thinking, and like they all felt the same thing. The thing is, if we were all like, I don't know how, but like if like there are some extremists in Islam and stuff.
Mm,
And how would if we were all like that? How would if we were like, no, God will not forgive you if you do this, this, this. The thing is, if we had those people, what would we do if we have a problem? We would just be fighting over it. But the thing is, if we have different religions from different backgrounds, then they could tell us their point of view, and we can kind of see how to solve the problem. Because the thing
mm,
is, if like somebody like says, I don't want to pray or something for God, like God does not deserve this much, like we should not say that. But how about if they do say that, but like there's only extremists like Muslim, and then they're gonna say, oh, you're going to go to hell, oh, you're not going to be able to do this, no, you're going to, like. But if we have someone from a different religion, they have completely no idea what we're talking about. They can still tell us their point of view, and then maybe the person would be like, yes, like I agree with them. So the thing is we need to have different religions to like solve our problem.
mm. Wow. Wow. And then you're so right, because it's not only that they will bring the diversity and everything, but different point of view. Um, because we could be looking at the thing from one side, and we think that this is it, this is the solution, but they could be looking at the problem from the other side. Like, and some of the problems, some of the issues, one type of people cannot solve. um, for example, if there is, the fights have been going on for ages and everything, then there has to be some new people come in who would stop this fight and give reasoning to other people. And Nasra, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I agree with Sarah that like yes, like if there is a thesis and there's antithesis, then there will be synthesis, right? So if you don't have like one opinion, you cannot have like an opposite opinion. And once you have opposite opinion, then you can think of, okay, like yes, I mean, like you can think higher with difference of opinions, and then you can think of synthesis as well. Otherwise, you cannot think of like thesis, antithesis, and synthesis.
MashaAllah, very good. Jazakallah. Sarah, could you read this, and then we will discuss managing differences.
Managing differences. Respect all cultures. No discrimination. A healthy society is not necessarily a single religious society. A healthy society is one which is based on religious freedom and religious tolerance. Such belief promotes a culture of equal respect among mankind. Difference and belief is necessarily subject to discussion, but it is not a reason for discrimination. If if your belief system is different from that of others, you have every right to engage in discussion and dialogue on the subject. But in the process, you have no right to show disrespect to others. We must respect all beliefs.
Wow, mashallah. Nasra, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I was just thinking, like if you have like different belief systems, then you can engage in discussions, right? And you can do tabligh. Like for example, preaching in Islam, which we call tabligh, is allowed, right? Like and be like that is kind of like freedom of speech. Like when you're able to talk to different people, like to preach your religion, that is called like freedom of speech, freedom of thought, right? So if you don't have that freedom, of course, then you cannot tell your ideas about your religion to other people. But like when you think that this is your right to spread your ideas to other people, then you should accept other people's right as well, that they have the same right to spread their religion to you, to your society, to your country as well. So if you think that yes, I have right to spread my ideas, but the other people, they have no right to spread their ideas, then this is kind of like, dichotomy in action. You are doing something and you're saying something and you're preaching something, and totally different like things. For yourself you have different laws, and for other people you have different laws.
And actually this kind of, you're so right, Nasra, that in order to have like a healthy society, we need to promote this kind of discussions with, the different, it could be religious discussions, or it could be like other social discussions. It could be discussions regarding, curriculum, or regarding like social issues and everything. So the discussions are the ones that are healthy discussions. It propagate healthy mindset. It starts all the interest. The people, they right now the thing is that the people are not interested. People don't want to learn anything because difference of opinion is not allowed. So because they know that if they start having these discussions, then the other party will get angry, and then they will have all these kind of violent activities and everything. But but in order for us to have this healthy society, we have to manage differences, not only like in the society, but we have to start from home. Because we have seen that we parents, we don't tolerate if our children starts questioning with us. The teachers don't like it if their students question. The grandfather grandmother don't like it if their grandkids will start questioning them. So similarly, if somebody has like a lower status person, and if he or she would ask any question, then people don't like it. And also people don't like to have like critical thinking too. Like we like it's critical thinking, and being critique of each other. Healthy criticism is so important. So um so these are the ways that we can start this harmony and discussions. What do you think about this, Nasra? Sorry, Sarah, what do you think about this? Like how we can manage the differences? What else we can do?
Um, like to manage differences, we can see like everybody's like disagreement, because the thing is like how we manage it is that the thing, I'm sorry, I can't explain it that much, but the thing is we have like, just like this slide point says, we have to respect all cultures, but like people might ask like, how do you do that? And the thing is like, it's very simple actually, because if we see like someone walking down the street, and we see that all in their culture they dress differently or something, like differently than us. Say in Islam, like people cover up, but maybe I don't know, in their religion they don't they can't cover up. They have to show skin. But I know I don't know, but maybe. So how we respect them is that we don't just go up to them, hey, why aren't you covering up? You look pretty ugly. That's a disrespect. But how we respect it is that, how about if we don't know why are they doing this? Like just how people ask like people in Islam, like people who are wearing hijab, like people ask them respectfully, why are you wearing that? And then we explain to them happily. So the same thing is, we don't go up to them and we're just trying to say, you look very ugly, why are you showing skin, this is not good in Islam. First thing is, a lot of people do is that they put their religion on other people. Like, they're like, I'm in Islam, so everybody should be in Islam. So this mindset is really wrong, because it just, it kind of puts people in a cage. Like, they cannot go out and be themselves. So the thing is, if people don't listen to Islam, we have to accept that, because we wouldn't like someone, like, going on our shoulder and saying, why aren't you Christian? Why aren't you Christian? When we obviously have chose the path of Islam. Same thing is, we have to respectfully ask them, hi, I'm interested, but why do you not cover? Do you have to show skin? And then they'll respectfully tell you the reason why. So the thing is, we have to kind of ask them how we would want to be asked. We want someone to say, hey, like, are you oppressed? Why are you wearing that thing on your head? We don't want someone to say that, because you see all over the news, everybody's like saying that. We don't like it. Like, how they used to call, like, all Muslim terrorists. The same thing is, we wouldn't like someone to say about our religion, you guys are terrorists, you guys are ugly, you guys cover up, you look like a bunch of mummies. Like, the same thing is, we don't want to say to them, oh, you're almost like naked. So the thing is, yes, they might be in real life, if we're talking real life, yes, but the same thing is, we're all covered up. So the thing is, in real life, yes, they might be, but in spiritually, we have to respect it. We can't say that, oh, this is wrong, because that is that's the path they took. But also, the thing is, we can't disrespectful, like, something that is also disrespectful is trying to get someone to, like, convert. Like, converting is not a bad thing, like, if they do it by themselves. But if we force them, no, you need to become Christian, that's very disrespectful, because the first thing is, we don't know why they chose this religion. They might have liked something about it, so we can't go up to them and say, your religion is trash, because we don't know what brought them here. There's so many people who, like, have been working really hard, like, to, like, go into the religion, and then we just try to kick them out. That's not a very nice thing to do, because there's so many converts to Islam and so many converts to Christianity. We don't want to try and convert them back, because we don't know what brought them here. So the thing is, we can't try and convert them. If they go up to us themselves and they say, hey, I don't want to be in this religion because I don't agree with this and this, then, like, that's like their choice, and then we come in and we help them, but we don't go up to them and we say to convert.
You're so right. I definitely totally agree with you, Sarah, because we have in Quran is that la ikraha fid din, and also we have lakum dinakum waliya din, which means that for you your religion, for me my religion. And then the earlier verse was saying that there's no compulsion in Islam. So I mean, of course, we can. There's no forcefully. People say that our job is to convert people, and it's not like that. We have to establish the relationship with them, and then give them the books or the Quran, and if they like it, and of course, then they can decide it for themselves. That because this is an intellectual transformation. So, Nasra, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I agree with Sarah that, of course, conversion should not be forceful, and conversion is, as you said, like, it is an intellectual conversion, right? Because you think about it and you change your, like, heart. Like, if you read a book, if you read any religious book, Bible, Quran, and it changes your heart, and then you think that, yes, I got the truth, and now I should follow it. Of course, then you are, like, true seeker of truth, right? Otherwise, if it is forceful, of course, you know that you're forcing somebody, and that person will change, like when you leave that person alone.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because we have seen that. I mean, it doesn't work like that. Even in our homes, if we force our kids to read namaz, that, then, I mean, they will read when they are little, but once they are older, they will not want to, pray, because we have been forcing our kids to pray. So, so it's just like as we our job is to have like dialogues and discussions and ask them
Yeah.
questions, and with normally. Nasra, you were saying something?
Yeah, to and inculcate the love of God. That is the basic thing. Like if we inculcate the love of God, they will do the prayers themselves without even like or asking them like to go ahead and say namaz.
Very good. So the when we are thinking about value of differences, then we have to understand that tolerance is very big key. That we have to have tolerance and patience, and then we have to have mutual respect. And this respect should be deep respect, not like superficial. That if somebody is different from us, we have to love them the way they are, because they are bringing the colors in this world. They are making this world beautiful for us, and they are also a gift of God to us. Jazakallah. Okay, formula of coexistent. Nasra, could you read that, please?
Yeah, formula of coexistence. For you, your religion, for me, mine. 109.6. In the early history of Islam, there is a very relevant uh, story in the life of the Prophet of Islam that explains this principle. The Prophet of Islam migrated from Mecca to Medina in 622 AD, at which time there were some Jewish tribes living in Medina. One day it happened that the Prophet of Islam saw a funeral passing through a street in Medina. The Prophet was seated at that time. On seeing the funeral, he stood up out of respect. One of his companions said, "O Prophet, that was the funeral of a Jew, not a Muslim." The Prophet replied, "Was he not a human being?" This means that the Prophet of Islam discovered a common bond between himself and that Jew, because both were humans and both were created by God. Both had the same common ancestor, who was Abraham. Both were members of a universal human society. This commonality was enough to prove a basis upon which both could coexist. This formula of mutual respect is useful for all religious groups. By adopting this, every religious group can live together and work without any kind of confrontation. Beautiful.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. So the formula of coexist is described in Quran extensively. This formula is shown in the life of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and then we can follow it. Since we all love Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and when we look at his life deeply, we'll see that how tolerant he was, and how humanitarian he was. And he was sent as the blessing to the humanity. He was the prophet for not only Muslims, but all humanity, all mankind. So when we think of that, Prophet Muhammad is our prophet only, but in actuality he is the prophet of all humanity. And then he cared for all people, not only Muslims. And we can see that in his life, that how respectful he was, that he did not even hesitate when the funeral was passing by, that he knew it was the funeral of a Jew, and then he stood up, and then paid his respect to the funeral, because he understood that there was a common bond. So how we can bring this right now. I mean, there are not many non-Muslims living in Pakistan, but but there's so much intolerance there, and people don't like to live together. Even the families, they are spreading, like they are getting disconnected. People don't want to live together. Like there's a daughter-in-laws would not live with with the mother-in-laws. Similarly, people want to break away from the family system, and want to live alone. How how are they? How are we? Um, reading Quran and not understanding this concept of coexistence and the value of the coexistence, Nasra?
Yeah, I think because once you decide that, like, yes, we will be intolerant to other communities in a society, then this intolerance trickle downs deep into the society, into the families, and that is why I think, like, now, like, people are uh, are unable to live with each other. They are unable to tolerate each other. And another thing is individualism as well. Like, now, everybody is so self-centered that they are not looking beyond themselves. And why is it so? Why we are getting so selfish? Uh, because I think, like, we have lost those values of coexistence and mutual respect and tolerance and patience. We are losing those values. And although there can be, like, thousands of other reasons, but these are the reasons that are right now coming into my mind.
Hmm. And these are not only like religious reasons. I mean, this is like it's extending out to our like day-to-day lives and everything, and it's not like um, it's also extending out to our businesses, our socio-economic structure and everything. Um, so we have to the now we have to understand that that difference is part of nature, and this is the law of the nature. So if we move away, if we don't understand the value of the differences, then we will harm ourselves, we will harm our generations, we will not intellectually develop, and we will remain, our development will be short-sighted, and it will be just sporadic. We will not grow as a community and everything. So we have to understand, we have to bring back the law of the culture, law of this difference together. Just like we have ecosystem, and the ecosystem has all the species living together. And if one which means that all difference. Sarah, would you like to talk about the ecosystem, that why, I mean, how can we can compare the value of difference to the ecosystem? That if you take the difference species from the ecosystem, it harms them, and the ecosystem will fail one day. And then similarly, is human system is the similar way. If we take out the diversity, then it will stop growing, and one day it will be dead. So can we have the same, can we talk on the same level, like is that the same comparison or not?
Um, yes, it is the same.
Same value, yeah. Hmm. Thank you. So would you like to read these questions, Sarah, so that we can, this is an activity for everyone, for us, and also our kids who will be listening to this. Could you read this, please?
If I am a Christian and Hindu, will you dislike me? If I am Shia, will you consider me equal as yourself? If I am poor, will you hate me? If I am a woman, will you not consider my opinion? If I am your mother-in-law, would you consider living with me? If I am a daughter-in-law, will you consider my advice? If I am a daughter, will you let me decide my future? If I have an opinion totally different from you, will you get offensive? If I am your servant, will you respect me as an equal human being?
Wow, thank you so much. Jazakallah khair. Nasra and Sarah, especially Sarah, it is, it is great pleasure having you. And inshallah, we will have you again in our discussions so that our discussions could be fruitful and will be full of difference of opinion, because difference of opinion make, a discussion beautiful and much more fruitful than I am talking to,
Thank
than
you.
one person talking to all.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. We are so happy to have you as well. Thank you so much. It was nice talking to you.
Okay, assalamu alaikum everyone. Inshallah, Khuda Hafiz, and inshallah we will see each other again. Let me just, sorry.